What's up, Unbreakable Fear? Here again. Here to talk to you for another eijiro video. It was requested, I put up a poll, and it has been 50-50, so I'll be making a second video today talking about the future of the My Hero Academia games. But right now, talking about eijiro, because apparently everyone wants to see that again. And I'm very happy about that, because I just get to keep talking about eijiro. Now, last time I talked about his introduction into My Hero Academia as One Justice, and talk about how he played in the game or whatever. But now I'm going to talk about how he's progressed in the anime and what he's done so far up until Season 3, the most recent episode. He doesn't really shine that much until the first season's wrap up, where the villains invade. So he ends up getting teleported to this broken down building, this fire building with Bakugo, and it's there where we really get to see him show off his quirk. Now, when I first saw Eijiro Kirishima, I was like, oh my god, this dude's so cool. I liked him the second I saw him. Like, his hairstyle, his attitude, his personality was amazing. But now, when I saw his quirk, I have to admit, like, I was a little, like, let down at first, because I was just like, oh, this dude's gonna have, like, a real cool quirk, because he looks so cool, and then it was just, like, hardening, and I was like, really? And, to be fair, me and my friends cracked some jokes the first time we heard about this, because, I mean, it's funny. But after that, watching him in battle, watching how he used his quirk and how it like made his body look cool, like when he makes the daggers out of his fingers, it's epic. So when he was fighting the villains, we got to see him show it off, and like he was really good with it. He was really good. He showed it off really well. He showed that he's a very good attacker and a very good defender. After that, we don't see too much of him in the fight, except for the part where him and Bakugo jump at, I'm forgetting his name, but it's the Warp Gate dude in the League of Villains that can like teleport anyone anywhere with his quirk. I might talk about him at a later date because a lot of people like his quirk. But other than that, his time fighting the villains and his short burst with Bakugo pinning down the Warp Gate dude, he didn't really shine until Season 2, and that was the Sports Festival, and the Sports Festival showed off so many of the characters in more light than we saw in the first season, and that's good, because like there is a main cast of 20 characters, and they are shown off so well, they are given character development, it's amazing. So, the first time we really get to see Eijiro in a proper fight, full screen, is his fight against Tatsu. Tatsu is in Class 1B, the class below them, and his quirk is very similar to Eijiro's. His quirk is like steel skin or steel. Basically, he can turn his entire body into steel, basically hardening like Eijiro's is. I do think Eijiro's is better, because Eijiro, they both have limits. Tatsu gets metal fatigue, so the longer he's in it, the weaker the metal gets, and it's easier to break. Eijiro has like, I think, a stamina limit that he can do. But anyway, they fight, and it's probably one of the most manliest brawls you've seen in Season 2. They end up fighting, I think they draw in one match, and then Eijiro wins like this arm wrestle or whatever. I think it was only briefly shown, but he wins this arm wrestle, and like they kind of become friends, because later on in another arc in Season 2, we'll see them again. But going on from that, he has a fight with Bakugo, and it seems like it's kind of evenly matched. Right, because anytime Bakugo explodes, he hardens that certain point on his body, but Bakugo's like explosions are way too much for him, so Eijiro ends up like draining himself. He ends up passing out for all the hardening, because Bakugo's blasts are too much. Because Eijiro puts up a really good fight, he even like gashes, I guess gashes is the wrong word, but like cuts like a slit near Bakugo's eye, makes him bleed, and that's when Bakugo just lets him have it with like this massive explosion. Not as big as the one when Bakugo fought Uraraka, but it was decent enough to take Eijiro out. And we didn't see much more of him, I don't think, until like the end of it, when we saw all the students, he was bandaged up or whatever. Then there was the apprenticeship arc, where he was with a pro hero, and the student that was with him as well was Tatsu, so they had to somewhat work together, and I think they became better friends from it. But like Class 1B still like not hates, but like loathes Class 1A for a number of reasons. Other than that, we get to see him in his final exam. Now, he's paired up with Soto. His quirk is like Sugar Rush. They get to fight Cementos or Cement. Not too sure about his name, but he's a pro hero who can like control cement or whatever. They think their best course of action is to just bulldoze through all the cement walls, and it works to an extent. They get to doze through the walls. Soto, he has a really bad drawback with his quirk. The more sugar he takes, the less cognitive function he gets, so he just gets really stupid the more he has it. So he ended up stopping midway through the fight. Eijiro ran out of stamina, so his hardening quirk went away, so when he punched the wall he like hurt his hand pretty bad, and that's when Cementos just let them have it, and he just crushed it. Not crushed them, because that might have killed them, but he just like toppled it on them until like they all passed out or whatever. So I was really shocked to see that like my favourite character lost the final exam. Other than that, then you had the fight with like Deku, Bakugo and All Might, but like who cares about that? We're talking about Eijiro. Eijiro in season 3, he's been being hounded by Aizawa, along with Soto, Shiro, Mina, and Denki Kaminari, who I think is like the best bro dude for this guy. Like I see them as best friends. Like when me and my brother Brennan first watched this, like I loved Eijiro and he loved Denki, and it was just like a connection between the characters. Other than them being hounded, when the camp started getting attacked by the villains, Aizawa took Eijiro, Mina, and everyone to the cabin. So they didn't do like anything. They haven't done much like since the fight till this current episode. Eijiro did stand up this current episode, like when they were all in the hospital and they were all recovering from all their injuries. Eijiro stood up amongst everyone else and was just like, we need to do something to save Bakugo, because if you don't know, Bakugo ended up getting captured. They got Tokoyami back, but Mr. Compress still had Bakugo, and Darby had him by the neck and was pulling him into the warp gate. So if anyone tried anything, Darby most likely would have incinerated Bakugo. So now the next arc that's coming up is the base raid arc, and I'm looking forward to that because you're going to see so many pro heroes and whatnot, and we're probably going to see a lot more action with Eijiro, because like Bakugo is like one of his friends, man. Even though Bakugo's a dick, basically, he's angry towards everyone. Eijiro is still like, that's my friend, I gotta help him or whatever, I gotta save him. So we're gonna see a lot from Eijiro, and that's pretty much it at this current point in time. After he reached his hand out to Deku, which is kind of unfair because Deku's arms are like in casts right now because he has them both broken quite badly as well. He was just like, Deku, you want to save Bakugo, right? And then that's where the episode ends off, and I'm pretty sure next episode Deku's going to grab his hand and they're all going to devise a plan. They're going to talk to the pro teachers, probably All Might. That's about it for the anime. I know it was kind of quick or whatever, but I mean, after the game thing, this was the quickest thing I could think about after the poll, talking about him in the anime. I might talk about his relations with other characters, like his relationships, like if they're friends, if they're rivals. That might be in our next episode. If you want to do a part 3 of Eijiro, like this might become a series, the Eijiro series. Other than that, I'm gonna wrap this video up here, edit it, upload it, and then I'll get started on the next video, which will be the future of the My Hero Academia games. So anyway, Unbreakable Fear here. I'll catch you all later. Peace.